Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more news from the Golden State Warriors, but before that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. It has already been decided that Jimmy Butler will not stay at Miami Heat, and due to this news, the NBA is on fire. Some teams want the superstar and the Miami Heat are evaluating the most advantageous proposals to trade the player. Do the Warriors have a trade package to bring in Jimmy Butler? Yes, it does. But the Heat want rising star Jonathan Kuminga, and will the Warriors trade him? If the Warriors want to win me now, this trade will be a great deal, but if they are thinking about winning in the future, giving up Kuminga won't be a good idea. Miami Heat wants Jonathan Kuminga to release Jimmy Butler to the Warriors. One simple player swap would solve two teams' problems. Tensions between Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat appear to have reached a boiling point, as both sides remain far apart on his future with the franchise. Earlier this season, Butler reportedly requested a trade, but team president Pat Riley dismissed the notion, opting to focus on winning games rather than entertaining potential deals. However, it's becoming clear that Butler has other plans after once again claiming he'd rather play anywhere else other than Miami. The Heat star's recent performances have raised eyebrows, with the exception of a 35-point outing against the Detroit Pistons. Over his last 5 games, Butler's shot selection has narrowed, leading to lackluster offensive performances which have hurt the team's overall record. At 35 years old, Butler seems to have lost his spark in Miami and is now seeking a new team, one where he can thrive without the friction of clashing with Riley. While Riley appears reluctant to move Butler, preferring instead to see the 6-time All-Star recommit to the Heat's goals, a potential trade with the Golden State Warriors could resolve the stalemate and benefit both franchises. Subscribe to The Whiteboard, Fansided's daily email newsletter on everything basketball. If you like The Whiteboard, share it with a friend. If you don't like it, share it with an enemy. Proposed trade. Golden State Warriors receive Jimmy Butler. Miami Heat receive Jonathan Kuminga, 2026 first-round pick. The Warriors have long been on Butler's list of preferred destinations, as he's eager to join a team with championship aspirations and another superstar alongside whom he can thrive. Playing with Stephen Curry and Draymond Green in Golden State's system, built around off-ball movement and perimeter shooting, could reignite Butler's passion and elevate his game. For Miami, this trade would bring back a promising young forward in Jonathan Kuminga, who is averaging a career-high 16.9 points per game off the bench, along with a valuable future first-round pick. Kuminga's ability to stretch the floor and score at will could make him a cornerstone piece for the Heat moving forward. The Warriors, currently struggling at 17-16 and 3-7 over their last 10 games, are in desperate need of a shakeup. While they recently acquired Dennis Schroeder, his underwhelming production of 9.9 points on 32.5% shooting hasn't addressed their deeper issues. Adding Butler to their lineup would immediately bolster the team's defensive versatility and provide a secondary scoring option behind Curry. Butler's game thrives when he can operate as a complementary star rather than carrying the load as the primary option, a role that aligns perfectly with Golden State's needs. Despite his perceived discontent, Butler is still averaging 17.6 points on an efficient 55.2% shooting, numbers any team would welcome. Moreover, the Warriors' hesitance to commit to a long-term extension for Kuminga signals a lack of clarity about his future role. Moving the young forward for a proven all-star like Butler could maximize their current championship window, which may be closing as Curry and Green near the twilight of their careers. For the Heat, the trade would not only resolve the ongoing tension with Butler but also provide a promising young talent in Kuminga. At just 21 years old, Kuminga has shown the ability to score efficiently and could fit seamlessly into Miami's system alongside Tyler Herro, who has taken a significant leap as the team's top offensive option this season. Pat Riley faces a tough decision. He can risk losing Butler in free agency without compensation or move him now to secure a player with high upside and a future asset. While Butler has been instrumental in Miami's success over the years, his growing dissatisfaction threatens to overshadow the team's focus and cohesion. The clock is ticking for Miami to make a decision. If Butler's discontent continues to impact his performance and the team's chemistry, the Heat may have no choice but to explore a trade. For Golden State, acquiring Butler could be the boost they need to make one final championship push in the Curry era. Whether Riley and the Heat are ready to pull the trigger remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: time is running out to find a resolution that works for everyone involved. Heat suspend Warriors trade target Butler, will listen to offers. Jimmy Butler and his representative have indicated that they wish to be traded, therefore, we will listen to offers, the Heat said. The Jimmy Butler era with the Miami Heat might be nearing a conclusion. The Heat announced Friday that they have suspended Butler 7 games for multiple instances of conduct detrimental to the team over the course of the season, and particularly the last several weeks. The Heat also said they now will listen to trade offers for their disgruntled star. Through his actions and statements, he has shown he no longer wants to be part of this team, the team said in a statement. Jimmy Butler and his representative have indicated that they wish to be traded, therefore, we will listen to offers. After scoring just 6 points in 27 minutes of action in the Heat's 128-115 loss to the Indiana Pacers on Thursday night at Casillas Center, Butler had a matter-of-fact press conference with reporters where he talked about his current role and what he wants to see happen to fix the issues. "What do I want to see happen?" Butler said, hat tip locked on Heat reporter Wes Goldberg. "I want to see me get my joy back from playing basketball, and wherever that may be, we'll find out here pretty soon. But I want to get my joy back. I'm happy here, off the court, but I want to be back to somewhere dominant. I want to hoop. I want to help this team. Right now, I'm not doing that." Butler was then asked if he can get his joy back on the court in Miami. How should Warriors determine which star to trade for? Amid a recent and current skid down the standings from first place to the play-in tournament, the Golden State Warriors are expected to make a move before the February 6 NBA trade deadline. Jimmy Butler has emerged as a plausible target, and Brandon Ingram has also long been linked to Golden State. However, Ingram is expensive and is seeking a massive contract, and the Miami Heat's circumstances point to them not being willing to deal Butler this winter, especially to the Warriors. That doesn't mean the Warriors should stand pat this trade season, and 2 intriguing targets are a possibility. Both DeAndre Hunter and Cameron Johnson could be dealt away before the deadline, and if they are available, the Warriors should pounce. That said, there is one factor Golden State needs to consider. Left, December 29, 2024, Toronto, Ontario, can Atlanta Hawks forward DeAndre Hunter, 12, reacts after making a 3-point basket against the Toronto Raptors in the second half at Scotiabank Arena. Right, December 4, 2024, Brooklyn, New York, USA, Brooklyn Nets forward Cameron Johnson, 2, celebrates his 3-point shot against the Indiana Pacers during the third quarter at Barclays Center. Copyright Dan Hamilton Main Images and copyright Brad Penner Main Images and #169, Dan Hamilton Main Images and #38, and #169, Brad Penner Main Images. Both Hunter and Johnson are under contract for 3 seasons and stand to make between $20 million and $25 million per year. Both are in their 6th NBA season, and both are scoring roughly 20 points per game on excellent shooting. Hunter has a slight edge, making 45.7% of his shots from 3-point range compared to Johnson's 43.6%, but both have been snipers this season. With similar contracts and similar profiles on both sides of the ball, it's pretty clear that these 2 players, for the most part, are interchangeable. With that in mind, the Warriors should simply try and land whoever is cheaper. The Atlanta Hawks are very much alive in the playoff race, and the Brooklyn Nets are tanking, as indicated by their trade for Dennis Schroeder earlier this season. The Hawks are unlikely to trade Hunter for a matching salary and a handful of second-round picks, whereas the Nets have already traded away Schroeder and Dorian Finney-Smith for just that. Related, how did Stephen Curry make NBA history versus 76ers? If the Warriors enter a bidding war for Johnson, his price might rise a little bit, but fans can rest easy knowing that he is the cheaper option. The Los Angeles Lakers, San Antonio Spurs, Oklahoma City Thunder, and a few other teams have also been linked to Johnson. Stephen Curry silencers doubters to break Warriors out of offensive funk. Another vintage Steph performance on Thursday. After an incredibly tough December period from an offensive standpoint, perhaps turning the page into the new year was all the Golden State Warriors needed to bring a change in fortune. The Warriors were on from the opening tip of Thursday's matchup with the Philadelphia 76ers, pouring in 35 first-quarter points and building a 16-point lead that was never truly threatened over the remainder of the game. The Warriors found their offensive best against the 76ers. After so many clutch, hard-fought games over recent weeks, Warrior fans were given the freedom to relax and enjoy a dominant 139-105 victory against an informed team that had entered Chase Center with 10 wins in their past 14 games. The 76ers did look like a team on the second night of a back-to-back though, with some lackadaisical first-half defense leading to some easy looks for a Warrior offense that posted 68 points on 56.5% shooting through the first 24 minutes. Stephen Curry had been a large factor in Golden State's recent offensive struggles, but he responded to his doubters in a way only he knows how. The 2x MVP went a perfect 8 of 8 from three-point range, dazzling the home crowd with some audacious shot-making that led to a game-high 30 points on only 15 shots.